Sam Altman and Jony Ive just formed a dream team to reinvent hardware for the AI age. But Apple just sued OpenAI for trade secret theft. Now, their partnership is at the center of a battle for OpenAI's future. I'm Elsie Sky. This is Russo Pulse. Let's dive in. In May 2025, at a picturesque North Beach cafe in San Francisco, Sam Altman and Jony Ive hugged and sipped espressos while a viral video announced a historic acquisition. OpenAI was buying I/O Products, a small hardware startup founded by Ive, the legendary designer of the Apple iPhone. The moment felt like a reset for the entire tech industry. For 15 years, Jony Ive shaped Apple's most iconic products: the iPhone, the iPad, the MacBook. He was Steve Jobs' closest creative partner. Then, in 2019, he left Apple and founded Love From, his independent design studio. For years, he stayed out of the spotlight, until Sam Altman came calling. The alliance signaled something audacious. OpenAI was betting that the next great consumer product would not come from Apple or Google or Meta. It would come from the maker of ChatGPT, designed by the man who invented the iPhone. A direct challenge to Apple's dominance in consumer technology. Here's the strategic play. OpenAI controls the software layer, ChatGPT, the most advanced AI model in the world. Jony Ive controls the design layer, the physical device, the user experience, the aesthetic. Together, they aim to build what Altman has described as a device with incredible contextual awareness. Simple, less distracting than a smartphone, something people would trust over time. OpenAI announced a small family of devices designed to reinvent human-computer interaction, not just another smart speaker or chatbot interface, a new category of hardware born from the AI age. But before any products launched, Apple struck back. In July 2026, Apple filed a scorched earth lawsuit against OpenAI, accusing the company of trade secret theft. The lawsuit alleged that Apple's proprietary information ended up in OpenAI's hands. The timing was brutal. OpenAI, preparing for an initial public offering, locked in fierce competition with other frontier model makers, and now defending itself against Apple in court. The stakes escalated overnight. Jony Ive, the man who spent 15 years building Apple's legacy, was now on the other side of a war with his former employer. OpenAI, already juggling government pressure, AI safety concerns, and IPO preparations, had to fight to protect its hardware ambitions. What makes this a power move is the underlying strategy. Apple built the iPhone by controlling both hardware and software. Microsoft built an empire on software alone. OpenAI is trying something unprecedented, bringing in the world's greatest hardware designer to build the device that runs its AI. If they succeed, they reshape consumer technology. If they fail, the lawsuit becomes a cautionary tale about ambition overreaching reality. Altman described the early prototypes as having this incredible contextual awareness. Imagine a device that understands not just what you say, but why you're saying it, what you need before you ask. A piece of hardware that feels less like a tool and more like an extension of yourself. That vision is why Altman brought Ive on board. That vision is also why Apple went to war. The broader story here is about who controls the next interface to artificial intelligence. Will it be Apple, who owns the iPhone and set the standard for consumer devices? Will it be Google or Meta, who control massive data and advertising platforms? Or will it be OpenAI, the company that built the software that changed everything? Jony Ive once said, "It's very easy to be different, but very difficult to be better." OpenAI is betting billions that they can do both. Apple is betting billions that they cannot. The hardware market is already littered with casualties. The Rabbit R1 and the Humane AI pin both flopped. Highly hyped AI-first gadgets that failed to resonate with consumers. OpenAI knows this, which is why they brought in Ive. Because unlike most hardware startups, OpenAI has the software to back up the ambition. The question is not whether OpenAI can build a beautiful device. The question is whether a beautiful device running ChatGPT can compete with the entire Apple ecosystem. Can it offer something so compelling that people abandon their iPhones? Can it justify its price tag in a market where the iPhone already does everything? Those answers will determine whether this is a power move or a cautionary tale. I'm Elsie Skye, and this is your pulse on what's viral. Hit subscribe, like, comment, and never miss a move.